The Ministry of Agriculture invites you to join, in celebration of Agriculture Month 2021, a mostly virtual, month-long series of activities and events showcasing Guyana's development on the agriculture front, under the theme, Transforming Our Food Systems, Achieving Food and Nutrition Security. It all begins Friday, October 1st with a virtual opening program set for 10 hours, broadcast on television and streamed on all social media platforms. Key events for Agriculture Month include virtual tours and exhibitions showcasing the work of the various agencies and stakeholder groups in promoting and facilitating the development of agriculture in Guyana. The annual Caribbean Week of Agriculture is set for October 4-8 under a virtual setting. On October 16th there will be a virtual presentation to mark World Food Day 2021, which is being observed under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, Better Environment, and Better Life. Agriculture Month 2021, a COVID-safe look at agriculture on the move to a bright and prosperous future. Look for a detailed schedule of events on local broadcasts, print and social media
This
platforms.
is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. As the government continues its review of key documentation related to ExxonMobil's fourth Stabroek Block project called Payara, that should be Yellowtail, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo has assured that securing insurance in the event of an oil spill remains a high priority for the government. While Jagdeo noted that insurance coverage remains an issue of concern, he did not clarify if Guyana would ensure this is obtained from the parent companies and not the subsidiaries, which hardly keep any assets. This was one of the major blunders of the former regime, with previous projects for ExxonMobil being Liza Phase 1, Liza Phase 2, and Payara. EPA head Kemraj Parsaram had said that the issues surrounding full coverage insurance from the parent companies of the Stabroek Block are still being examined, but no word has been disclosed on the progress of these discussions thus far. In other news, the Ministry of Finance's mid-year report has revealed that the sum of $16.1 billion has been expended out of the $38.1 billion that was allocated for security in the 2021 budget. According to the report, the money was intended to advance the government's efforts at ensuring that every citizen is living and working in a safe, orderly, and peaceful environment. Critical to the administration's approach to crime, the report noted, is the strengthening of the Guyana Police Force's crime-fighting and investigating capabilities. Moreover, it was stated in the report that the sum of $22.6 million was expended towards the training of 1,049 ranks in 47 courses during the first half, and it's projected that an additional 1,654 ranks will be trained both locally and regionally during the second half of the year. And moving on. The EPA has received over 2,500 complaints from residents as it relates to pollution and noise nuisance in various neighborhoods across Guyana. So said head of the EPA's Complaints Unit and Senior Environmental Officer, Surj Paul Singh. Singh revealed that the majority of the complaints surround the issue of odor nuisances from poultry and livestock businesses, along with dust and fumes from furniture and spray painting workshops. The EPA officer listed Region 4 as the top of the list of hotspot areas for pollution. He noted that the other hotspots were Region 2, Region 3, and Region 6. And now let's tell you, a drunk cop who was on Tuesday reportedly speeding in his heavily tinted motorcar along the Good Fortune Public Road on the west bank of Demerara ended up crashing into a parked canter truck. The cop was at the time traveling along with two of his colleagues inside the car when the accident occurred. Eyewitnesses stated that the accident took place around 21 hours. Not only did he crash, but we were told that the Lagrange police station had coincidentally run out of breathalyzing breathalyzer testing kits to test his blood alcohol content that evening. It is understood that the cop is attached to the Lagrange police station too, and that his colleagues were eventually forced to conduct a breathalyzer test on him after the owner of the truck insisted that it must be done. The results of the test reportedly showed that the cop's blood alcohol content was 0.59. In other news, the body of a man was found lying motionless in a drain at Purikabak Dam, East Bank, Essequibo on Tuesday around 14 hours 30. According to reports, after the unknown individual called and made a report about the body, police ranks were dispatched to the area. There, with the assistance of residents, they removed the partly decomposed body of the elderly man from the drain. The man's body was examined for marks of violence, but none were seen. The body was later identified as 65-year-old Mahadio, a pensioner of Purika, by his cousin, a 51-year-old man who also resides in the same area. The cousin informed police that Mahadio was last seen on Thursday, October 7th, in a drunken state, walking along the Purikabak Dam access road. The body is currently at the Ezekiel Funeral Home, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Fellow Guyanese, after the newscast at 12 noon every day, I am dedicating some clips with extremely important information pertaining to Guyana's future. Please, I beg you, take some time and listen to them. It is for your interest and future generations. This is a message from Glenn Lal saying thanks for listening to the Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Fellow Guyanese, Namaste. It is utmost important that I bring this information to your attention. Our neighbor, Suriname, has received 62.25%. Our neighbor, Brazil, gets 56%. And our neighbor, Venezuela, 72% as their share from their oil. Colombia has received 61% as well. The PPP, the APNU, and the AFC settled for less than 14.5% for our share. Brothers and sisters, no country in this world for the last 100 years has settled for so little as Guyana did. Our production sharing agreement with ExxonMobil contains a clause which allows for renegotiation of our oil contract. This clause is being ignored by all of our leaders. None of them are calling for renegotiation. May I ask why? Have they sold us all out? Guyanese, besides accepting that crumbs as our share, our leaders have allowed ExxonMobil to walk away with 600 oil blocks when the laws of Guyana only allows or entertain 60 and not 600. I am waiting to hear from you all. This is a message from Glenn Lal, Kaieteur News, Kaieteur Radio. Please join me every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and let's have this discussion live. Just a reminder, all the African countries that had and still have oil, the masses of their population is living in extreme poverty. Nigeria is the largest oil producer in the entire African continent.
today